You practice in your room. You repeat the vocabulary. You know the grammar perfectly. You spend hours listening to podcasts, watching movies, and writing down new phrases in your notebook. In your mind, your English is clear. In your mind, you sound fluent. But then you step outside. You go to a coffee shop, or you log into a Zoom meeting for work, or you travel to a new city. You meet a native English speaker. They look at you, smile, and ask you a very simple question. And suddenly, your mind goes completely blank. The words disappear. The grammar rules vanish. You freeze. Your heart beats faster. You panic. You open your mouth, but nothing comes out. Or maybe you say a few broken words that do not make any sense. The moment passes, the conversation ends, and you walk away feeling terrible. You feel embarrassed. You feel like all your months of hard work were completely wasted. You ask yourself, why am I so bad at this? Why can't I just speak? Hello, my friends. Welcome back. If you have ever felt that sudden, embarrassing silence, I want you to stop right now and take a deep, slow breath. I want you to know something very important. You are not losing your English. Your memory is not broken. You are not failing. And most importantly, you are not alone. Every single language learner in the world has experienced this exact same feeling. Today, we're going to have a deep conversation about why this happens. We're going to talk about why your brain protects you by shutting down. We will explore the hidden psychology of language learning, and I will show you exactly how to unlock your words again, without stress, without studying more grammar, and without forcing yourself to be perfect. Relax your shoulders. Make yourself comfortable. Let the English flow. Let's begin. Many English learners believe a powerful lie. It is a lie taught in schools all over the world. They believe that if they can read a book and write an essay, they should be able to speak perfectly. They believe that language is just a math equation. If you put the right subject with the right verb, you win. But reading and speaking are two completely different skills. They happen in two completely different parts of your brain. When you read, you have unlimited time. You control the speed of the information. If you do not understand a word on a page, you can stop. You can look at your dictionary. You can read the sentence 3 times. There is nobody waiting for you. There is no pressure. But a real conversation is a live event. It's fast. It's messy. It's completely unpredictable. Think about what your brain has to do in a normal conversation. You have to listen to the other person, you have to understand their accent, you have to translate their meaning, then you have to think of an answer in your own language. You have to translate that answer back into English. You have to find the correct vocabulary, you have to organize the grammar, you have to move your mouth and tongue to pronounce the sounds correctly, and you have to look the other person in the eye and smile. All of this happens at the exact same time, in less than 1 second. That's an incredible amount of work for your brain. It's like trying to run a marathon while solving a complex puzzle. So what exactly happens when you freeze? Why does the system crash? It's not because your English is bad. It's a biological, physical reaction to stress. When a native English speaker looks at you, waiting for an answer, your brain feels pressure, and human brains do not like sudden pressure. When you get nervous, your brain releases a chemical called cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone. It's designed to keep you alive in dangerous situations. Thousands of years ago, if a wild animal was chasing you, your brain released cortisol. It activated your fight or flight response. It stopped all non-essential thinking and focused only on running away. Today, there are no wild animals chasing you, but to your brain, the fear of looking foolish, the fear of making a mistake, feels like a real danger. So the cortisol floods your system. Your brain goes into survival mode. It literally blocks the pathways to the language center of your mind. It shuts down your access to high-level thinking. That's why the words disappear. The English vocabulary is still inside your head. It's locked safely inside a room in your mind, but the stress has stolen the key. You are not forgetting English. You are just experiencing stress. Once you deeply understand this science, everything changes. You can stop blaming yourself. You can stop saying, "I'm not smart enough. It's just biology. It's just cortisol." The second major reason you freeze is because of how you were taught in school. Think about your English classes when you were a child. What happened when you made a mistake on a test? The teacher took a red pen and marked a big X on your paper. You lost points. You were graded. You were judged. School teaches us that mistakes are bad. School teaches us that perfection is the only goal. So, as an adult, you carry that trauma with you into the real world. When you talk to a native speaker, you don't see a friend, you see a teacher with a red pen. You're terrified of saying the wrong tense. You're terrified of using the wrong preposition. This fear creates the perfectionism virus. You want to say a sentence, but before the words leave your mouth, your internal editor stops you. Your brain says, "Wait, is that the present perfect continuous? Did you use in or on? Stop, don't say it until it's perfect." And because you try to be perfect, you say nothing at all. You freeze. But let me tell you a secret about native English speakers. We don't care about your grammar. We truly, honestly do not care. When you speak to an American, a British person, an Australian, or a Canadian, they are not grading you. They don't have a red pen in their pocket. They only care about your message. They only care about connecting with you as a human being. In fact, native English speakers make grammar mistakes every single day. We use the wrong words, we forget what we're saying, we pause, we stutter. Native English is actually very messy. It's broken, it's casual. So why are you demanding perfection from yourself when native speakers don't demand it from themselves? You must give yourself permission to be messy. You must give yourself permission to sound like a beginner. Communication is not about perfection. Communication is about connection. If you say, "Yesterday I go to store," the grammar is wrong, but the native speaker knows exactly what you mean. The connection is made. The communication is successful. The red pen does not exist. The third reason you go blank is something I call the translation trap. Most learners do something very dangerous when they are trying to hold a conversation. They try to speak English by thinking in their native language first. Let's imagine someone asks you about your weekend. First, you think of a beautifully complex, intelligent sentence in your own language. You're an intelligent adult, so you have intelligent thoughts. Then you try to translate that beautiful sentence into English, word by word. But the grammar structures don't match. You suddenly realize you don't know the exact English word for a very specific feeling you want to describe. You search your brain for the translation, you can't find it, you panic, the cortisol hits, you freeze. This is the translation trap. You're trying to act like a professional UN translator, but you're not a translator. You're a conversationalist. There's a huge difference. Translators have to deliver the exact meaning of the original words. You only have to deliver a feeling or a general idea. So how do we fix all of this? How do we stop the freezing? How do we take the key back from the stress and unlock the vocabulary room? I'm going to give you 3 mental shifts, 3 actionable strategies you can use tomorrow. The first step is incredibly simple, but it's the hardest one to master. You must learn to embrace the pause. In many cultures, silence in a conversation feels like a failure. We feel that if there is silence, it means we are slow or stupid or boring. So we try to fill every second with noise. When a native speaker asks you a question, you feel that you must answer in 0.5 seconds. But silence is not your enemy. Silence is your best friend. You are allowed to think. Native speakers pause all the time. Listen to them closely. They say, they say, they look up at the ceiling, they take a slow breath before answering a question. The next time you feel the panic rising, the next time your mind goes blank, do exactly that. Don't force the words. Take a slow, deep breath. Let 1 or 2 full seconds pass. Say something very simple and natural like, "That's a good question," or "Let me think about that for a second." Or even, "It's hard to explain in English, but..." These filler phrases are magic. They give your brain 3 valuable seconds to reduce the cortisol. They tell your nervous system that you're safe. And once the stress drops, the door to your vocabulary room unlocks. The words will flow into your